Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2020 Royal Enfield Bullet Trials Edition. Now this is a super unique bike. We actually don't see many of these. It was a limited production run and we're not getting any new ones, so of course pretty hard to come by, especially in this spec. Of course, the first thing we should address is just the outward appearance of this motorcycle. It's an absolutely beautiful machine. I'm going to give you a quick walk around here. Of course, I love the way that red frame contrasts with the silver paintwork all over the bike. Just a stunning spec, and of course, being this special edition, you do get some other goodies included on this bike that you normally wouldn't get on a classic platform. I'm going to take you through those real quick. Of course, you'll notice on the headlight you have this nice rock chip guard. Gives it that extra special look in the front, a bit of a scrambler look on these bikes, kind of an off-road oriented theme. Of course, you have these nice bark busters as well. That nice silver paint to match the rest of the bike, and then of course the black plastic on the outside. You do have an entirely different exhaust here. I love the way the exhaust kind of kicks up at the end. Again, gives it some more of that scrambler look. Of course, the frame is slightly different as well in the way it's arranged, and that red paint job is just beautiful, and it really highlights all of the different aspects of the frame throughout the motorcycle. Of course, you have this nice leather seat with the Royal Enfield logo embossed just there. Of course, may be hard to tell on camera, that's a dark brown leather with that nice contrasted cream stitching all throughout, and it just looks beautiful. Of course, it is a Springer seat for a bit of extra comfort there, and I love the way it looks. All of the fine details, those nice chrome springs next to the suspension, it all just works together. Of course, in that same theme as the headlight guard and the bark busters, you have this nice skid plate as well underneath your engine. And speaking of the engine, it is their 500cc single cylinder. Nice thumpy engine, has a great sound. Just such a vintage feel to this bike. I love the way it rides. And of course, you do have the kickstart as well. Got these slightly more off-road oriented tires as well, wrapped around these beautiful polished wheels. Just such a cohesive look all throughout the bike. You have this nice heavy-duty rack bolted onto the rear section of the frame, just behind the taillight, and it really just suits the bike well. Of course, all these different chrome covers. Nice gaiters there around the shocks, and those little bit of extra red accents there on the front fender. Of course, standard on these bikes, ABS, as you can see in the center of the brake rotor just there, which is an awesome feature to have. Front and rear ABS, may I add. Of course, this beautiful tank, the paint is in tremendous condition. This bike has hardly any miles on it, just 652 at this moment on the odometer. Again, in a really nice gauge cluster there as well. Very simple and basic. I love the way it looks as well. All those nice polished bezels around the gauges. Very nice look. Of course, on the switch gear, of course, you have your kill switch and starter, as well as a nice little choke there on the inside, next to your turn signals, horn, and headlight controls. But let's fire it up so you can give this engine a listen. Fires right up, no issue. Let you hear this engine idling away. Again, it's just got that old vintage sound. I love it. It's really a throwback bike, especially considering Royal Enfield's history. That awesome tone, such a vintage piece. This bike goes down the road beautifully and would do just as well as an art piece in your house. I just love what Royal Enfield has done with this motorcycle, and like I mentioned before, it's hard to come across these bikes. This may be one of very few opportunities to come across one, especially in the silver and red scheme. It was one of only 2 paint schemes offered by Royal Enfield, the other of which being silver and green. But if you have any further questions related to this Bullet Trials Edition, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you're going to find all of the relevant contact information alongside a stunning set of photos, which will really go into detail on all different aspects of this motorcycle. Of course, we're happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day. Hope to hear from you soon.